Still don't have a map. Also, crazy that the scary old lady ends up being a bad guy. That pipe scared me. I thought it was something coming at me. There's like a key sticking out of it or something. There's a key in the faucet, but I can't get it out no matter how much I pull. Really? It's stuck in there, Harry? Too powerful? So, you recall the birdcage we couldn't get in before? The birdcage is locked, but now it has a key hanging in it. And also we can hear like some fluttering. So a lot of the stuff that we saw that was like puzzle solutions. The word phaleg is carved on the door. Oh! See that ghost child? And this clock. All of these things were because once we get to nowhere, things are kind of meshing together. There's a square hole in the center of the clock. This hand of the clock, it's a key. I can't get it to it because of the glass cover. Smash it! So what was it, the Reaper's list or whatever from the hospital, the birdcage, this clock. More than likely there might have been something in the school that I didn't realize was important. All of these are kind of just here. So I don't know if there's actually a map. Because obviously we're in kind of a weird nowhere place. Judging by the save file, we are nowhere in particular. So I don't know the best way to go about moving along besides just trying our best. Maybe going through that door wasn't a good idea. It's locked. The word Ophiel is carved on it. I'm sure I'm pronouncing those correct. I guess this is to the basement that we want to go to. I think, layout-wise, it still was the hospital hallway. But now we're in a school? That's not right. This is what I was looking for in the school when we went through the first time. Because I knew this happened, but I wasn't sure when. I forgot how nowhere worked. Go home! Drop dead? Thief? Drop dead. I didn't think it would read through more. So, I didn't really talk about it, but more than likely, based on this, the, knife kids represent, like, the bullies that were maybe bullying the person at school. You could argue that the shadow children are the bullied because they're innocent. They aren't very well seen. And they try to hide, mostly. We see them hiding. Screwdriver, yeah, I want that. I also want the pliers. Guess that's it for that. Anything new on the desk? But like I mentioned before, there's not much to a lot of the representation of representation. I guess the metaphorical representation of the monsters in this. I don't really know what the deal is with like the pterodactyls and it's locked. The word Haggith is carved in the door. Have screwdriver and have screwdriver and plier. I don't really... Do I use that on this? It says it's locked. It doesn't really say that... No! If only I still had my magnet. Might have been a door I missed out on. Leave me alone, nurse. Can I use the plier on this key? Maybe. I keep trying to press triangle to get into a menu. Alright, that worked out. Can probably get us into the bird cage or the clock. Key of Ophiel, or the doors. I don't remember which one Ophiel is. I think it was the one that you can actually, well, you probably can see a symbol on all of them. But I didn't see the symbol before. Aha, being boozled at nurse, and I didn't even mean to. It was an accident. Yep, I was right about that one. I think those are all symbols we saw on the TV screens when we were going through the mall area. Okay, so I don't know if this is for this one. There is a slate, the Grim Reaper's list. I know there is a note that tells us otherwise, but I believe all this is either ascending or descending numbers and then the first letter of each name. If it's ascending, if it's going from lowest to highest number, it looks like it would spell out alert. Let's see if I can skip this. I'll still go looking around because there's probably stuff we have to do. Alert. I think for the most part we would just find a note that says, yep, that says ascending to descending in some fashion. This is one that I remember being... If you don't know what you're supposed to be doing here, this is very confusing. This one you just have to figure out the puzzle on your own. The solutions are on the wall here. So we'll look at it. We'll, if you want, you can take a minute to try to figure it out. But I think a lot of people ended up getting stuck on this. So you can see kind of what image correlates to what number. The question is why, right? So if you want, I guess you can pause now to figure it out for yourself. But what it is how many appendages each image has. So the centaur would have 4 legs and 2 arms, so that would be 6. Let me click 6. This like cow is 4. It's kind of weird that the scale would be 2, but I guess the arms of the scale do count technically. And then 8 for the 2 children. And that got us a giant stone of time. Was that what needs to be put in the clock? Was that the square? Because I thought it was a smaller square. But yeah, I can see, I absolutely understand why some people would have a hard time. I don't think I would know this if it wasn't for the fact that, like, I have seen this game before. So it's like fish don't have limbs, they have 0. The crab has like 10 because he has like 8 legs and the claws. And then lamb has 4. So it is a kind of crazy puzzle, and especially since there's no... I don't think there's a lot that really helps you to figure out how to solve it. Maybe I should kill you so I can actually just explore normally. Especially since the hammer really knocks it down quick. Trying to run by you seems real annoying. Lock is jammed. I think, is this what tells you? Names engraved on a lithograph. Lithograph? The Grim Reaper's list. Yes, the head count is set. Young and old lined up in order of age. So, the numbers were their age, young to old. Then the pathway opens, awaiting them, the frenzied uproar of the Feast of Death. So that, I mean, that kind of gives you enough information, I would think, of who you need to deal with there. I think we'll have to just go back to the main hallway again. So I guess we'll continue on. I think I hit all the doors. So that was the clue you needed for that. Interesting that the Reaper's list existed in the initial hospital. The birdcage one's kind of neat. The other list seems weird. A little scary. A body is laid out on the bed. Don't feel like checking this out. Yeah, I'm sure they're all great. Sure nothing spooky will happen when I pick up the Star of David. Amulet of Solomon. Taking a minute to load. Something spooky gonna happen? Kind of.
Lisa, what's the matter with you?
I get it now. Why I'm still alive even though everyone else is dead. I'm not the only one who's still walking around. I'm the same as them. I just hadn't noticed it before.
Lisa.
Stay by me, Harry. Please. I'm so scared. Help me. Save me from them. Please. Harry?
Lisa.
There's a diary on the floor. Ask doctor to let me quit being in charge of that patient. It's too weird. Still alive, but with wounds that won't heal. Told the doctor I quit, won't work at that hospital anymore. The room is filled with insects, even with doors and windows shut, they get in to spite me, to the hospital. Feeling bad, need to throw up, but nothing comes out, vomiting only bile. Blood and pus flow from the bathroom faucet. I try to stop it, but it won't turn off. Need drug. Help me. So, basically what we get from that is that, Lisa is kind of the same as these doctors and nurses that we see in this world. This is this room. I want to see if there was anything else. If you notice... Please don't grab me, it's rude. If you notice, we only ever saw Lisa while we were in the other world. Okay, room isn't really fun anymore, is it? Don't want to be in the faucet room ever again. I didn't think that was the faucet room. I was trying to find things. I don't have the puzzle solution here, do I? I have the time square. And then that diary page mentions the word Phalig. Wasn't this not locked? Which one was the clock one? I would like to save. It was this one. Oh, that is a giant square hole. I don't have the map for this area. Not what I want to do right now. The diary page mentioned that she was in charge of a patient with weird things happening. Oh, God. Guess it wasn't much of a clock puzzle. And it also mentioned that she needed drugs. So, what we can gather from that is that Lisa was addicted to the drugs that were being peddled by Kaufman and, I guess, Norman and anyone else involved with that. What key was this? I don't know why I'm bothering to look. I'm not going to remember which door was a Haggith door. It's locked. This one wasn't Haggith, right? Yeah, they all technically have symbols on them, but it's not helpful. Please, nurses. But I do think that there is something to be said about how... Oh my god, maybe I shouldn't have let the nurses hang out. Goes to the basement. I don't think there was anything here. That was Haggith. Okay. There's something to be said, excuse me, hard for me to continue thoughts when things are happening, about Lisa being a bit different than these other nurses. It's not quite the same, right? She had more of her thoughts still around. And I don't think it's really ever explored why she was... Well, I mean, you can kind of imagine why she might be different. She was the nurse that was in charge of a specific patient. One patient that might have actually been in that basement. Who knows? Lock's jammed. Hey, nurse, get over here. Come at me. I don't want to, like, alert the other one. I'm ready. Get out of here. And stay down. Come at me. I think there's something to be said too. I guess it would make sense why maybe this final area of nowhere is mostly the hospital. Someone like steaming some water for tea? I want to look around before we pick up that obvious item. Actually, a couple of obvious items here. What was that? Ring of contact? Crest of Mercury. Is that what that is? That's like the hospital symbol, isn't it? Snake and the symbol of Mercury signifying alchemy. Is it a hospital thing? Because signifying alchemy doesn't sound very hospital-like. Rustic, hefty-looking ring of unknown material. Lock is jammed. Yeah, I can eventually get past that. I want to be a little careful because I know things can spawn randomly if they feel like it. Lock's jammed. Lock's jammed. Come on. Get closer. Knocked it out of the park. Yeah, this hammer's pretty neat. There's a couple of nurses over there. I want to go through doors first. Is that anything? I think that's just like a radio. Never mind, it's important. It's a camera. Dude, I don't remember what the camera's for. Camera with flash. Can't use that here. Glad I double checked. Didn't just think this was a handgun ammo room. It's unlocked. Means that's like a shortcut. I don't know from where to where. I don't know if there's like a map to this place. You can't grab me, that's rude. Don't grab people when they don't want to be grabbed. I have no idea what that unlocks to. It really feels like this place does have a map of some kind. Like, I get why not. It's not, like, real. If you remember, there was a steel plate screwed to the wall in the hospital as well. We never went back to it, and I forgot to mention that when I was confused about the birdcage and that one, sign. A noise is happening. There is a key. Electricity's flowing to the key. I'll get shocked if I grab it now. Does the wire cutters... Can I do that without electrocuting myself? Don't I have wire cutters? Or did I use them? Didn't I? I picked it up, right? I don't remember... Oh, I used it... the pliers. They're not wire cutters. They were pliers, and I used it on the... Okay, never mind. We're good. Moving on. I don't think I can do anything. I don't think anything here will work. So I'll say we have to remember that for later, but that's going to be hard. Did I go through all these doors, or try to anyways? I think I did. Hello? Oh. Okay. Need, shortcut then. I didn't think it would take me here. Because we didn't... This was from up an elevator, right? It's crazy how just killing seems to work. I don't like that I still hear noises. This one. I'm gonna save. If I can ever interact with the save point. We did it. We saved. So since we went up the elevator, we went on the second floor. We can see if the third floor has anything. Wonder if I still heard noises because you weren't dead. Like I left you on the ground. Also, could just be enemies spawning in constantly. Unclear. We'll try the third floor. Wonder if this will unlock a shortcut as well, of some kind. No, but this is a scary area. Take a look. Looks like an altar. Wonder what they worship. We were at an altar before. The light to the future. This noise is great. The light illuminating the darkness. I believe this is what the camera's for. I don't have a map. Every time I don't have a map. No? Do I have to use it on the picture? There we go. The light to the future, and then I think I still need to do it on the other one. It's kind of a hint, right? Light. It makes enough sense. It's okay. I think it's fine. The darkness. Alright, so then what we have to do is make those marks on these. Which, like, this is just a very convoluted puzzle, but I guess it makes it very hard to just brute force it, right? I don't remember which way the other one was facing. I know the last one is a triangle. Okay, that reset everything. I didn't want to do that. We'll try a triangle. I might have done this wrong. Bad memory. I'm pretty sure it was a God damn it. Oh, it wasn't. I don't know what I wasn't even close, actually. Oops. I actually ended up getting the triangle correct, everything else wrong. And I was worried because I thought, like, the triangle is going to be the only thing that I don't have right. I don't know what my problem is. That was awful. I guess we'll go through before we worry about solving the other one. There's some stuff lying about. What is that? Nothing? That really looks like that's something. So, I don't know if it's ever mentioned, but the director's office of the hospital also, since it had the red liquid that Kaufman was looking for, more than likely Kaufman is the director. That's something on the... There's a botanical reference book, don't need to read that now. There has to be something here, right? They wouldn't just make this puzzle just for a health drink. Wait, is there... I don't think that's something. I think that's like the lamp. Well, okay. Let me double check this. Triangle. Okay. I feel like I missed maybe a lot of notes to explain some things better. Or it just all was kind of more up to interpretation. Like I said, I could get some details wrong here. It could have been implied. Looks like an altar. I don't think there's anything really to that anymore. Implied then that maybe Kaufman just had Lisa under his finger because he got her addicted to drugs. Could have been a thing. It's important to note, I think the basement itself was technically real in the hospital. In the sense that you, birdcage key, needed that. In the sense that maybe they were keeping something hush-hush down there. Camera confused me. Go save again. Ready for enemies to respawn in this hallway. Seems like we're good. Good that I have my hammer that I can just kill things. Maybe once we get the birdcage done, though, something will happen. I'm assuming birdcage will just get us another key for one of these doors in this hallway. Because we don't have the one for you, right? Phalig. I want to make sure I don't accidentally go in the faucet room. There were many things in the faucet room. Yep. Got Phalig. I'm waiting to hear the noise of enemies respawning. Taking a minute to load. I think this is back. Oh! It's Shadow Child, but they're angry. They're mean Shadow Children now. I did not see that Shadow Child. It's a weird room. The chain is missing a link. There's a dagger of Melchior. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds great. That doesn't seem great. So maybe we don't want that dagger quite yet. Maybe we'll avoid that for now. I don't know if there was... There might be a note that implies that situation, but basically the dagger was holding the tentacle monster in. And we want to maybe, figure out how to make sure that area is chained up before we try to do that again. Maybe actually get the item before we continue. There we go. Alright, so the Shadow Child in here is actually aggressive now. He'll hug my shins. It's locked. Bethor. Shadow Child, please. Take that. I don't care what's in the boxes. I want the ammo that I see. Please, it's right there. Thank you. This ammo that I never use. Because the hammer's too cool. Is that something on the... Looks like it. Was that a comic book? Jelly beans! I'll open the bag of jelly beans. Oh, you got them everywhere. Oh, there's a key in there. I know where that guy is. I like when it's weird things like jelly beans just being in the room. This is what I'm looking for. Well, not what I'm looking for, but I want it to come here because if you remember, we had a VHS tape that didn't really show us much, but we still have that VHS tape. So let's try it again.
What is it? Still has an unusually high fever. Eyes don't open. Getting a pulse, but just barely breathing. Her skin is all charred. Even when I change the bandages, the blood and pus just start oozing through. Why? What is keeping that child alive? I can't stand it any longer. I won't tell a soul. Promise. So please.
So that was Lisa, again, talking about a patient here that It seemed a little messed up. Seems a little weird.